I stepped out of the house, and as soon as my husband sent me out, he couldn't wait to go off and spend time with his mistress, to please his lover. He used my money to buy her luxury handbags, and even allowed her to host her birthday party at my vineyard, knowing that I was always busy with business and rarely visited the vineyard. However, what he didn't anticipate was that today, one of my clients asked to taste the wine at my vineyard, so I went there to pick up the bottle of 1992 Romane Conti. Just as I was arriving, I ran straight into the mistress who was preparing for her birthday party. She saw me and assumed that I, her old classmate, was envious of her and had come to crash the party. She told me to leave quickly and not provoke her. At that moment, my anger flared up, and I demanded to know who had the audacity to use my vineyard for a birthday party. She smugly bragged that the vineyard was a gift from her boyfriend. She wouldn't allow me to make a scene there. Nearby, some classmates chimed in, saying that her boyfriend was the chairman of a large corporation. I felt as if I had been struck by lightning and nearly fell to the ground, but I still refused to believe that my husband would betray me. Just then, the mistress smugly said that today was her birthday, and she didn't want any trouble. She told me to leave immediately, or she would call my husband and ensure I had no way out. Furious, I demanded that she call him now, and I wanted to see how he'd make sure I had no way out. Without hesitation, the mistress dialed the phone and told my husband everything that had happened. On the other end, my husband didn't notice anything unusual and started insulting me over the phone, without realizing that his good days were coming to an end. When I saw that the mistress's boyfriend was indeed my husband, I was furious beyond measure. I vowed to make this scumbag pay a painful price. Meanwhile, my oblivious husband was still comforting the mistress, telling her not to be angry. He said he'd have the butler go over immediately. No matter who dared to bully his woman, they would make sure she paid dearly. Hearing this, the mistress suddenly grew confident. She ordered me to kneel and apologize. To her, if I did, she'd consider letting my husband spare me. But I told her that I was giving her one last chance to leave the vineyard immediately, or she wouldn't even know how she'd cry later. She raised her hand to slap me, but to her surprise, I fought back. Seeing that I dared to strike her, she immediately pulled out a wad of money, telling everyone to hold me down. She claimed the money was now theirs. A few greedy male classmates rushed over and grabbed my arms, holding me tightly. The mistress, seeing this, grabbed a glass of wine and poured it over my head to humiliate me. At that moment, the butler arrived with some people in tow, and upon seeing me being bullied, his face turned pale in fear. The mistress, seeing the butler, immediately ordered him to throw me out. But when the butler saw my face, he didn't dare to move. The mistress, enraged that she couldn't control the butler, called my husband immediately, telling him that the butler wasn't listening to her. After hearing this, my husband immediately ordered the butler to act. The butler, after glancing at me, quickly said he couldn't listen to him. My husband, hearing this, became furious and said he would come over immediately. To make sure, the butler and I both kneel and apologize to the mistress upon hearing my husband's words.